We are the Hebrew Israelites, come out every week to prophesy the downfall of America, better known as Babylon, Sodom, and Egypt in the scriptures. Okay, we want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahawah, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the nation of Israel, better known as the Great Millstone. Shalom and salutations to all you sincere brothers who push His word in truth and in sincerity, in season and out of season, with all long suffering. Okay? So just jumping right into it, tons of shit going on in the world, locally. Okay, death, famine, usury. Okay, all a sign of things that are happening now to let us know we're in the end days. Okay, so someone grab as in the days of Noah. Was that Matthews? Grab that real quick. Grab the earthquakes in the verse places as well. You want that? Yeah, he got it. Yeah, it's all the same.
Alright, this is Matthew chapter 24, verse 7. Then I'm gonna jump down to verse 37. It says, actually I'll start up verse 4. And Yahawashi answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Yahawashi, or the anointed, so like it, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
So like right there in itself, you actually got Edomites, Russians, Americans, all these other Edomites in different lands, and then you got guys out there that'll grow their hair long, put on that white robe, and call themselves Jesus. You got guys out there doing that, man. Where they say that they're actually the anointed one. Okay, so and you got people that are following that stuff, man. So that's another way we know we're in the end times. Okay, that's one example. It also said wars and rumors of war. Now that's all you constantly hear with America and Russia in the Black Sea, whether in the Caspian Sea, you know. You had the Mediterranean. You had who was it? Was it
China.
Russia or South China? Who was it? Russia that did the nuclear test, the nuclear space test. Okay, so you all these countries, they're getting ready for war. They're beating their plowshares. They're done farming. They're done building up resources. Now they're using those resources for war. And it's coming to that time to where you're not going to be able to have this so-called liberty to walk around and stand on public corners and talk and mingle and have a gay old time. Okay, all this mirth is coming to an end.
Let me say real quick, because last night, through the spirit, I just looked up some of Russia's artillery, their weaponry and whatnot, and I just typed in Russian jet, and the jet basically took, basically drove to like the end of the what they call that, the runway, run strip runway, and basically it just took off straight up, man. Now America's planes, they have to take the whole runway and then they just go straight, but the plane just stopped and then it went straight up. So America's military, their military officers and whatnot, they're doing all these inventories and they're finding out their weaponry and their equipment is crap, man. All right, and that's all the Most High, man. The Most High is giving Russia this technology basically to destroy y'all, and y'all seeing that y'all technology is whack, man.
I wouldn't be surprised if part of that technology for that plane is a different fuel source, man. Because that was a whole big thing with America with the fuel, was using what was it, ethanol, right? There's a whole big battle between ethanol or non-ethanol fuel, and you can make fuel stronger without going through you can make other fuels without going through the oil process, man. This so-called petrodollar. So as America's collapsing, so is this petrodollar. Its resources, the barrel of oil, the prices, they're going to go up for the summer like they always do. Okay, and it's going to have these people thinking that the more they spend, the more that they'll heal America. But they don't know that America's in a constant rate of decay. There is no healing for it, man. Like when you get bit by a certain spider or snake or any venomous creature, it'll have there's a rate of decay that's going to take over on your flesh. Okay? Now America is poisoned. Okay? It's poisoned, and there's a rate of decay on it, and there's no balm for its healing. There's no way to heal America, man.
That's right.
Okay? It's done. You can't save it. The only way to save it is put it out of its misery and kill it. And that's what the Most High is going to have these other nations set up to do. He's going to set up these nations, okay, to come and take over and destroy America, man.
This is Ezekiel 35:1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir.
Right, Mount Seir. So like in Mount Seir, there's another name for Edom, or the so-called white man. Okay, and that's the spirit. Pan that camera real quick. What do you see got going on in prosperity right now? Edomites, man. Okay, go ahead up.
And prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord Yahawah, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate.
Right, Mount Seir, again, that's a code name for the so-called white man. Edom, Esau, Mount Seir, okay? The Most High is against the so-called white man. So whether he's established as America or as Russia, as Europe, London, okay, Australia, wherever he goes to set up to try to blend in and hide amongst other nations, whether it's South Africa or even Brazil, the Most High is against the so-called white man. So look, there's nothing they can do to stop this indignation, okay? So it's our job, it's the duty of a prophet, of a sincere man of the Lord, to go out and to tell people what they don't want to hear, man. Okay, because what we're saying, the words of the Most High, it's not glitz and glamour for the world, man. It's death and destruction. Okay, so these are the times we're in, and it's just going to get more and more amped up. Go ahead.
I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord.
Right, so these Edomites, they don't believe in the Most High anyway, right? They say he doesn't exist, but when they see his power come, and he starts decimating all these cities and laying these countries to waste, then they're gonna know the Most High wasn't joking around.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Just because he lets you sleep on him, okay? How Jake will say, oh, he's sleeping on him, right? He's giving you the old rope-a-dope. That doesn't mean you're gonna win, man. It's a false. The Most High is giving you a false sense of security.
Yeah. Yep. It says, and ye, verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But
so he's saying to be not troubled. Who's not troubled? The men that are studying, the men that are learning, the sincere men of the Lord, okay, the chosen, the elect. They're not going to have to be worried, man. So you got to cast all worries aside, okay, and cast it all on upon YAHAWASHI, man. You got to really put that faith in that name, in that belief. You really got to believe, man. Okay, so we're not going to worry, but all you other people, you're going to be worrying, man, because you're not going to know where to buy your milk, how to feed your baby. You're not going to know what to do, man. You're going to be eating your cats, your dogs, your gerbils, your snakes. These people are going to be eating all their pets. They're going to be eating their kids, because they're going to be worried, man. They have no faith. Go ahead.
If I might add, the way you believe, the way you show that you believe is through your works, man. You know, roughly paraphrasing Paul. You know what Paul said. Verse 7: For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places.
Right, it said famine, pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. Every year, there's more and more earthquakes worldwide, man.
Intensifying too.
And they're getting stronger, okay? And then famine, man, there's a famine in America. There's a water famine. Even here in this city they call Tacoma, there's a lead. They're starting to find lead in the water. Okay, so they had the Petri dish over in what was that, Flint or Detroit? Detroit, Michigan.
Flint, Michigan.
Okay, so they had one petri dish out there. Now they got it over here on the West Coast. Okay, they had the drought. They got a drought in Cali. No water. That's part of a famine. Without water, how do you get crops, man? You can't get crops, man. And you notice that sometimes you go and you buy fruit, and it's not even fresh, man.
Yeah.
You go to any grocery store, you buy some fruit, and it's not even fresh. Okay, and the pestilence, man. There's every year there's a new disease. Every year is something stronger than the last one, man.
Zika, Ebola.
Yeah, the new thing is that Zika, right? Ebola. What was that shit they had a couple years back where they were talking about bringing people to Seattle? Was that Ebola?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was the Ebola thing. Okay, so it's only going to get worse and worse. That's why the scriptures say there's no way to heal America. There's no way to heal Babylon, the city of confusion. There's no way that this place is going to rebound. The Most High is going to let this place go to ruin and be destroyed in this third world's war. Okay.
Hey, and you know, just harping on what the brother said, man. You go to the supermarket, the grocery store, and you get some fruit, man, and they have the date on it. Say today is April 30th. They'll have like May 5th on there, saying that sell by May 5th for the fruits good till May 5th. But you eat it, you bite into it that first day, it's old, man. You know, so that just go to show you that America is more and more in a famine. They say it takes, they only have 3 days worth of supply in the supermarkets, man. You know, so they selling old food now, man. Just wait till the time comes, man. They gonna start selling these. They got a store, I believe in China or something, that just sells old food. So you gonna have that come here to America, man. They already got down in Venezuela a famine. You know, Venezuela just ran out of money. It says Venezuela don't have money to pay for it to make money, man.
Yeah, Venezuela's solution to their food problem is to have everyone grow their own food. Guess what? That's coming to America in certain parts and certain cities. And that's the thing, the major news, they're not covering shit besides entertainment, which entertainment, a lot of people don't even know entertainment literally just means distraction. So these people are distracted in their day-to-day lives with what? Politics, Kardashians, sports, Donald Trump, yeah, politics.
You know, the fucked up thing, if people in America was to grow their own food, that Monsanto shit already got everything fucked off, because when that shit spreads its pollen, it takes over the natural chemistry of the natural plants, man. So then it doesn't reproduce any more fruit than the first time you plant it.
Right. And another thing with that Monsanto is that because they have a patent on their own bullshit seeds, if their seed pollinates or whatever, their plant pollinates and goes over to something else, now they own your shit. Okay? So this whole system, like we were saying earlier, is usury, man. This system was set up to not last. It was set up to go away because they knew, when they set this place up, they knew that it wasn't gonna last forever, man. That's why the bridges are only built to last for like 40 years, 50 years. This state alone, there's all kinds of bridges that are closed down, or people have fallen in, bridges have collapsed. Okay, this is, and that's a beautiful thing, man. This place has to be destroyed. For everything that's done to the Negro, Latino, and North American Indian man, America deserves to be destroyed, man. Because if without divine intervention, there's no way we'd get payback on these devils, man. We need the Most High. We need His Son to come and save us, man. That's who He died for us. The Israelites, man. He didn't die for no other nation. He died for the nation of Israel.
That's right.
To bring them back. Because they're the ones that fell away. We're the ones that fell away. No other nation was there when Moses came down from the mountain. The nation of Edom, the so-called white man, they weren't there. The nation of Moab and Ammon, the Chinese and Japanese, they weren't there. The nation of Ishmael, the so-called Arabs, they weren't there. All right, the islanders, Japhet, they weren't around. Hamites, the so-called Africans, they weren't there. They weren't there. We left Egypt, man. Right?
Quick precept. Joel 2:27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am your God and none else, and my people shall never be ashamed.
Right. So look, that's letting you know plain as day, the Most High is only dealing with one nation.
That's right.
He's not dealing with everybody, man. You get this this new age religious idea that God loves everybody and that his son died for everybody if you just accept his name and you claim to be saved. But the scripture tells you in Jeremiah, the harvest is past and the summer has ended and we are not yet saved, man. It's like waiting at a bus stop and saying, oh, I'm on the bus. You're not even on the bus hasn't even come yet, man. So you get this whole new age Eurocentric mindset and newspeak that keeps these people stupid, man. Go ahead.
Matthew 24 and 13.
Which that's part of the prophecy. Because they're not supposed to understand. Only the wise are going to understand, man. Okay? And you're not going to find no wise men in Edom. Edom is another name for the so-called white men. They have no wise men. That's in the book too. They've lost all their inventors, their Steve Jobs, their Einsteins. Okay? Well, just the other day they had I forget his name, but he was like the inventor of electrical theory. I forget his name, but he's gone. He's dead. All these great inventors are dead and gone.
Tesla.
Yeah, Nikola Tesla's gone. You know, go ahead.
Matthew 24:13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
Right. See, so you got to endure unto the end, and then you be saved. This ain't no Baptist bullshit. Oh, yeah, have you been saved? Have you been saved? Yeah, what's his name? Claude Elwood, the water. Yeah, go ahead and read some.
Alright, it's just a little bit. Claude Elwood Shannon. I guess today's his 100th birthday.
Hey, isn't that some bullshit?
Yeah.
They're celebrating. He's dead, but they're celebrating his 100th birthday.
Yeah.
But let Jake do a crime. He's like, oh, you're supposed to do double life. And it's like his 200th birthday. Yeah, he's still locked up. If he were to jump up miraculously, you got to lock him up.
Hey, then the scriptures say, "Let the dead rest," man. You know?
Right. So what are you doing celebrating the dead, man? Yeah. He's gone. He's been gone for a number of years, man. Go ahead.
It says, Claude Elwood Shannon was an American mathematician, electrical engineer, and cryptographer, known as the father of information theory.
Yeah, father of information theory.
Theory.
Yeah, that theory. That theory doesn't mean shit. It's just like, oh, well, maybe this will work. And he goes and he tries and he's like, oh, it didn't work. That was a theory. Go ahead.
It says Shannon is noted for having funded information theory with a landmark paper that he published in 1948. Yeah, I mean, he's not nobody fucking special.
Right. But you see, these Edomites are constantly celebrating their old heroes, man. Because there are no new heroes for them. The new inventors that are out there now, they're figuring out how to make color-changing shoes, color-changing clothes. Actually, they're really more into the RFID chip, man.
Yep.
Oh, grab that real quick. No more wise men.
Obadiah, verse 8. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom?
Right. So look, in that day, now, the day and time now, the Most High is destroying the wise men out of Edom, man. A lot of their military shit is falling by the wayside, man. All their technology is falling by the wayside. The main thing for their technology is this RFID chip. And what they're using for it more and more now is for inventory management. Okay, when you go, like, just look up the past, like, week or month, a lot of the articles have been dealing with inventory management. Because, why? It's about money. It's all about money with them. And then you get these this House of Conscience dumbasses, and all they talk about is money. But they don't know America's collapse. The dollar's not worth shit. There is no real money. Real money is gold and silver. How many people walk around with gold and silver in their pockets and pay for stuff with gold and silver? That's right. Hey, look, that's hey, amen just means truth. You know, that's okay. But look at Jake. Jake's waking up, man. And that was a car full of women, man. Yeah, that was a car full of women, you know, and that's good. The word's getting pushed out. Why? Because we're out here, man. Because brothers are sincerely out here, and then all you flunkies come up. Like, you go to the Fopi page and you look at all the Fopi, they got their own channels, Denver, Baltimore, I think they got a DC and some other one. I was just clicking on them. They haven't been out in 7 months, a year, 2 years. They're doing sit-down talks inside with blue plastic cups. Women drinking, they're drinking wine, recording it, and having conversations, man. That's them doing the work. It's just a barbecue conversation, man. They're not even coming out. So you see, it was, we were out here before it was cool, man. The apostles and elders were out there before it was cool. Okay, and through time, that's what weeds people out, man. It's time. Did not YAHAWASHI say to let the wheat and the tare grow together, and at the end we'll separate it. At the very end, we'll see what's what, man. Because time is a good discerner of spirits too, man.
This is Isaiah chapter 19, verse 3. And the spirit of Egypt, all right, today America is known as Egypt, all right, shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards.
Right. So now, what are you gonna? Well, you see it now, but you see all these basically false teachers, false prophets coming up, man. Like the father of the guy who's running the Scientology church now, he's coming out against it, and a lot of actors are coming out against it. Their main poster child is Tom Cruise, who's saying that, oh no, this is the best thing and it's the most spiritual thing on the planet, and he's so smart because he's against meds. He's all about holistic healing. That ain't nothing fucking new, man. You had this one fool, Dr. Sabi, out there years ago into the holistic thing, man. These Edomites, these crackers, they just a coattail ride, man. They just ride the coattails of everyone else and try to appear smart, man. But the Most High is taking all that knowledge away from them, man.
Hey, and they also seeking out the old idols, man. They just erected that Baal, the Ark of Palmyra, all right, which they're calling the Ark of Palmyra, but it's actually the Ark of Baal. All right, so they're actually seeking to these idols of old, man, proving that this place is Babylon, man, Babylon the Great, man. So they're just fulfilling prophecy, man, fulfilling scripture.
There's no new thing under the sun, man. So that's all it is that you're seeing, is all these so-called old gods, which they're not powers, man. It's just the Most High gave them a strong delusion to believe a lie.
I'm gonna finish that up in Obadiah. Obadiah verse 8. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau?
Right. So understanding is going to flee the mount of Esau, which the mountain is also synonymous with this government, man. So whether it's America, the EU, the UN, NATO, Russia, whatever, okay, Australia, South Africa, because you got a lot of Edomites down there who say they're South African, and that's some shit. Because these women, you get a white bitch that's like, oh, I'm South African. You're a citizen of South Africa. You're an Edomite, man. They want to sound exotic, okay? But all this understanding is fleeing from them, man. They don't understand why people would be so upset with them when they've given the world chino pants and Converse, you know, and skinny jeans. They don't understand why the world would hate them.
Hey, Sly, if I can say this real quick, you had this video on RT of these family of Edomites that went to Thailand. They were tourists, and pretty much there was a scuffle between some of the Japhwites in front of this store, and then you got the family, the couple. It was like a son, a wife, and a husband. They look the husband and wife looked like they're in their upper 50s. But as the scuffle had dissipated, the Japhwites was walking, minding their business, and then Esau, they was walking toward each other. And Esau, what he does is being an asshole, he sticks his hand out and hits the Japhite like on the stomach, not hella hard or nothing, but just like, you know, Esau think he can do whatever he wants to. So the Japhite was like, the Japhite was like, you know, got in his face and whatnot. So they was arguing. There's no sound to the video. They was arguing. Then the next thing you know, some Japhites was arguing with the wife and with the husband. The son actually got pushed and he hit his head. He was on the ground and shit for a cool little second. But pretty much the old Edomite woman slapped the shit out of a Japhite, and that's when all hell broke loose. But at the end of it, all three of them got knocked out. All them Japhites was beating the shit out of them motherfuckers.
They kicked that old bitch. She was sitting down out of nowhere. One of them Japhites came around and just kicked her right in her face. She was laying out and shit. Crucified that bitch.
Yeah, man. Hey, these nations hate you, Edomites, man. I just read a headline on a Drudge Report that said down there in Africa, they're hunting albinos, man. And it said actually in the article that the ones with no, you know, white skin, so-called white skin, and yellow hair, you know, which is, we know it's blonde hair. And then it's a documentary on RT talking about them hunting albinos, and they do witchcraft with your limbs and shit, man. So these nations, they hate you, Edomites, man. You know?
Yeah, so that's a real thing, man. You Edomites are real arrogant. You think you can get away and act like a king, which really that's the right spirit you should be in, man, because it's your time right now under the sun. But the sun is quickly setting on your reign, man, and your rulership is coming to its end. And your elites know it, man. They're scared to move forward because they know as soon as they go forward, the further they go, hey, that's it, man. They're not gonna have nothing to enjoy. All this work they're putting in, they're not gonna be able to enjoy it, man. We're gonna enjoy it. They're heaping up all this gold and this silver. It tells you, the scriptures tell you Israel's gonna enjoy it, man. Yeah. Though they heap it up, they're heaping it up for us. So we got plenty of reward to come, whereas you have none to follow you in your works, man. Your reward is verily that your recompense for being wicked, man.
Real quick, just on what you said. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 16, verse 45. And therefore they that labor in vain, for strangers shall reap their fruits and spoil their goods, overthrow their houses and take their children captive. For in captivity and famine shall they get children.
Right. So hey, that's a no-brainer, man. Okay. Go ahead.
Obadiah verse 9. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
Yeah, I was watching this video this morning. There's some Edomite that weighed like 200 some pounds, and he had a role model that was like a bodybuilder, you know, a strong man, you know. And he did like this 12-week challenge, and he lost all his weight and got down to like 180. And his strong man, his inspirational coach, died, man. You know, here it is, you're a healthy guy, he just dropped dead. So that the Most High is letting you know that all the strong men, all your warriors, they're dead and gone, man. You're gonna have no more Alexander the Greats, no more John Waynes, okay? You got no heroes, man. America, that you Edomites, you Caucasians, you have no more heroes. That's what it comes down to. No one is gonna save you. You're not gonna have no Arnold, you know, like, yeah, some barbarian to come up save you, you know. Who was that American sniper guy?
Fucking Bruce Jenner. That was your heroes right there. He turned into a woman.
Yeah.
That's symbolic of America losing its heroes right there.
And the scriptures tell you that. The men have become like as women. And they don't want to fight, man. They want to put on the dress and the wigs, and they want to be escorted down these concrete slabs, man. They want to be pranced around, and they want to mince around this concrete, you know. So look, man, it's a beautiful thing to see the collapse of the wicked, man. There's no greater thing than to see the fall of your enemies, man.
This is going back to the word being preached out the four corners of the earth, because when them nigga women rolled by and acknowledged that we was Hebrews. All right, so
they're Hebrews too, but they're more than, they're like nine times out of 10. Okay, you can almost say 10, but you can't.